7-year-old me was asked, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And although that question at the time should have been straightforward, I can honestly say that it never was. I couldn't clearly answer that question at 7 years old, and I still can't answer that question 30 years later, and here's why. Because it's not about what I wanted to be when I grew up, but rather who I wanted to be when I grew up, and what I would become. I intend to keep learning, experiencing, creating, expressing. Heck, I intend to keep growing. Therefore, who I want to be when I grow up is constantly changing and evolving like the beautiful flower of life. I don't claim to be wiser than those around me, but I know that we are at a very crucial stage in our humanity. I feel as though we are being called upon to help change the density of this planet, which will make many of us further question our existence. I cannot remember when I began to question the reality of this world or when I developed my connection to consciousness, and perhaps that's because it happened in another lifetime. I've always been different, but then again, I truly believe so many of us here and now are, and that in itself was no accident. When you realize that your intentions, decisions, and ultimately your actions have, can, and will affect not only your inner circles, but ultimately the entire universe, only then will you begin to truly believe that you are part of a collective that can change this world. To be connected is so much more than a movement. It's an inner peace knowing that everything is exactly how it should be. It's a thought felt with your heart and not your mind. It's a vision you can only see when you quiet your thoughts and close your eyes. It's when you realize you feel emotions that don't belong to you because you can feel everything around you. It's when you begin to see the beauty in sacred geometry and synchronicities. When you are confronted by the knowing that physical ailments are connected to emotional distress and that you yourself are your own healer. When you realize that you attract to you what you are and not what you want. When you can accept that you agree to all of your experiences, both good and bad, long before your physical birth, and that those experiences were necessary for the evolution of your soul. That you are not always going to be right, and that people won't always agree with you regardless of your education, training, or experiences, and that's okay. When you learn to distinguish the difference between spirituality and religion, that fear is only a fragment of your imagination, and it's the only thing that holds you back from your true potential. Learn to be quiet and listen, to realize that you don't have all the answers, that you shouldn't judge other people, and that if you notice yourself constantly telling people how to live life, know that you yourself are trapped by your own belief systems and are being controlled by your ego. It's true, there is no I in the word team, but it does exist in the word disconnected. To be kind means to perform a selfless act without expecting anything in return.
Open it faster.
How the hell do you guys do this? Oh, master plan.
Yay!
When?
Your birthday.
It doesn't matter. You know this? Of course I do.
Of course, we all know. Oh my God, I know.
You know up the wine and broke out and wet up. Wine go down and then you fix up this up.
I said up and down, are you gonna puke? Very rough seas. I said rough sea. Rough sea. Hi guys. Wave hi. Thanks. What? pose, Paul?
Oh, that's sexy.
To be considerate means to give your full attention without any distractions, so please pay attention. Sing, dance, play music, laugh, be creative, meditate, say I love you, say thank you, and express your true self all the time. Because all uplifting acts create happiness and love spreads light across the cosmos. Don't be afraid of the transition. Trust that the strange aches, pains, and illnesses, both mentally and physically, are nothing more than so-called growing pains. Learn that everyone can teach you something that you didn't already know. And most importantly of all, never limit yourself by boundaries or other people's belief systems. Trust your own intuition. The physical is only limited by your imagination, and it isn't at all what you perceived it to be. So you see, what I want to be when I grew up never really mattered much to me. But who I want to be when I grow up and what I will become is limitless. Learn to live in the present because yesterday is gone forever and tomorrow is never promised.
One love, one heart, thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Come to Jamaica and be alright. You look like you don't took a my man and come back. Yeah. One love, it's over. One heart, come to Jamaica and feel alright. It's over, eh? it's over, it's finished. No problem, man.
Totally sad. Oh, you guys are going to Jamaica? Okay, we are too. We're coming.
Jamaica crying.